திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். பாடும் வரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம். பொய்கண்டார்கானா புனிதமெனும் மத்துவித மெய்கண்டநாதன் அருள் மேவுநாள் எந்நாளும். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துறை எந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம் மண்ணுரானாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரணே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலையமன்னா போற்றி, கண்ணார் அமுத கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனக திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற கருணையினாலே நம்முடைய அன்பிற்குரிய கத்தார் தம்பதியினருடைய பெரு விருப்பத்துக்காக ஆங்கிலத்திலே சைவ சித்தாந்த கொள்கைகளை முடிந்த அளவிற்கு விரித்துரைக்கும் வண்ணமாக 3 பொருள்களை பற்றிய தொடர் விரிவுரைகளை நேரலை ஒளிபரப்பாக செய்து வருகின்ற பாங்கிலே பசு, பதி, பாசம் என்று சொல்லக்கூடிய 3 அந்த நிலைகளிலே பசுவை பற்றி சில செய்திகளை எல்லாம் சிந்தித்து இப்பொழுது பதி என்பதை பற்றி நாம் தொடர்ந்து சிந்தித்து வருகின்ற அந்த நிலையிலே 4வது ஒரு சொற்பொழிவாக இந்த பகுதி அமைகின்றது. The philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam discusses about the 3 entities and their relationship. How Padi is connected with the Pasu, how Pasu is connected with the Pasam, how Pasu can reach Padi to get liberated from its sufferings. All these points are discussed in detail, and it paves the way for the souls to get liberated from their never-ending sufferings. Soul seems it has plunged into the darkness called the Anavam, otherwise known as the impurity in the wisdom, and even without knowing that it has been encompassed, it has been dominated, it has been living with the impurity for a time unknown. So it has to somehow or other get liberated, means it has to take steps to get liberated, but it is not able to get liberated by itself. Somebody has to help it. Who will help it? Unless otherwise, the most merciful, the most powerful, the most pure. That is why in Saiva Siddhantam, God is known as Iyalbagave Pasangal Endum Vidupattavan, the most pure. Soul is not pure. I have already told you that the Anavam has dominated adulterated the wisdom of the soul in full. As a matter of fact, not partially, in full, the soul's wisdom has been adulterated by the anavam. So even though the soul is with the wisdom, it is not able to utilize its wisdom to get the joy or the bliss of the Lord Shiva or the Pati. Pati means the God, the Almighty. So the God, the Almighty, decides to help the souls which are helpless. We can say that the souls are helpless. They cannot help themselves. They cannot get liberated from their sufferings by themselves. Somebody has to help them. So the Almighty comes forward. He comes down to a level of the soul to help it to get liberated from the sufferings. So in Saiva Siddhantam, the Almighty mingles the soul in three forms. The first one is known as Vandrai. Vandrai means without any separation or inseparable state. You cannot differentiate between the Padi and the soul in such a manner it has got mixed with the soul. It is called Vandrai. Now, if the Almighty is going to get mixed with the soul, which has already got contaminated with the impurity, will the Almighty be affected? Because any doctor attending a patient may get infected. So the doctors, they have to practice, they have to take precautions that they should not get infected by the patients. Likewise, if you just see the Almighty comes to help the souls which are contaminated by the impurity, the most powerful, dominating, whatever whatever may be called, because Anavam is such a powerful thing. It is not very easy to drive it away from the wisdom. A long practice, long trials and practices are going on. So many births have been taken by the souls to get rid of it. But were they successful? No, they are not yet successful. It is still with us. Without the help of the tools or tattvas or the body, you can immediately see that soul gets plunged into the darkness. The moment it gets disconnected from the body, it plunges into the darkness. It is witnessed every day, every time. So we can be very sure of it that it is still there. It is still there. It has already swallowed the soul's wisdom. Some or other, God has come forward to help the souls to get rid of the anavam from the wisdom. Okay, it is a long process. It is a very long process. It is a very long means a timeless process. Can anyone say that when I will get rid of the anavam in full 100% and I will when can I reach the Almighty? Anybody can tell the time limit? No, nobody can. Only God only knows when the soul will be ready to get the total, entire 100% liberation. Then only it will be fit enough to enjoy the bliss of Lord Shiva. Okay. Now, the first state of Lord Shiva with the souls is known as in Tamil Ondrai, that is an inseparable state. inseparable state. He assumes the inseparable state can be compared that to a state of God. He assumes a state of mother. You just assume a mother with a child. The mother will always think of the infant. She will always devote her thoughts. She will always devote her time. She will always watch. She will always monitor the infant, isn't it? Because the infant will not know how to ask for milk or how to submit for its illness. Nothing it will be able to express. So without the expression, only with the cry, the mother will be able to understand totally the infant and it helps. So the God, the Almighty, first assumes the state of mother. He first assumes the state of mother. So consider him as a mother taking care of the infant. Taking care of the infant. So that is how the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam says that Padi Ondrai. It never leaves. Of course, we can compare to a mother. Physically, they are separated. A mother and the child or the infant, they are physically separated, but mentally they are one and the same. But here, physically also, God never leaves the soul. God is always with the soul. That is why He is able to help continuously. So, first of all, assume the Lord as a mother. Yes, He has taken care for every soul, not only for you or for me, for each and every soul. Don't think that if the soul takes a birth of a dog, God will not be mother. No. In Tamil, Thiruvilayadal Puranam, he has assumed a mother pig for the cubs. For the cubs, he has assumed mother pig and fed all the cubs. பன்றிக்குட்டிக்கு முளை சுரந்த படலம் என்றே திருவிடையார் புராணத்தில் சொல்லுவாங்க. So he assumes the state of mother to take care of the infant. In the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam says it is the Ondrai. How to understand the state of Ondrai? Inseparable. That is, the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam cites one more example, that it is the relationship of a soul and its body. Consider the soul inside our body. Where is it actually? No, without pointing any specific location, it has spread over the body, entire body. It is inseparable. Of course, it is different from the body. Soul is different from the body, but it is found inseparable with the body. Udalum uyirum pola, ondrai. The example is cited as the soul and the body. How can you separate a soul from the body? Once it is separated, then it is not called a body at all. It is a corpse, isn't it? Okay. Now, the first state of mother, the Almighty cares for the souls. பால் நினைந்தூட்டும் தாயினும் சாலப் பரிந்து பாவியேனுடைய ஊனினை உருக்கி உள்ளொளி பெருக்கி உழப்பிலா ஆனந்தமாய தேனினை சொரிந்து புறம் தெரிந்த செல்வமே சிவபெருமானே. The way he addresses the Almighty, you just understand and feel it. The way in which he addresses the Almighty. Selvame, Shiva Virumane. No, these words are not formality sake. He has not uttered. He has felt it inside. He feels him as his mother. You must also feel the God that he was your mother once upon a time. He had brought you up. Now you are able to think. You are able to reason out. You are able to cite out so many things. How you have come to this stage? Because you were originally in the darkness, you are not able to get yourself liberated, you are helpless once upon a time. Now you are able to use your body, you are able to reason out, you are able to think. All those things are made possible by whom? By the Mother of Lord, the Mother of Lord Shiva. He has only made you to be like this. So the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam says that the God assumes the first state as mother. You can just compare mother with God in terms of love, showing love, in terms of taking care, in terms of quenching or feeding, quenching the hunger, feeding, all those things. In all those lines we can just compare the Almighty with a mother. One more step, I can also tell you that the mother is the only person who forgives. The forgiving character, you can never find with anybody compared to your mother. She always forgives. She always gives reasons for the mistakes done by the child. She may be looking angry. She may be trying to punish. But behind those things, her love cannot be screened. She is always loving. She is always forgiving. That is why the Almighty is compared to a Lord. Because at the stage of infant, at the stage of coming up, you are liable to make lot of mistakes. You are liable to make lot of sins. But because of those things, God never gives up. The mother never gives up. She always tries to correct. She will always say that it is possible. She will always guide. She will always try to correct the sins, correct the mistakes. So the forgiving nature, forgiving character of the God can be compared only to the forgiving character of the mother. Again and again. See, suppose somebody does a mistake. Okay, you just warn him, you forgive him. Again he does a mistake. Yes, you again strictly warn him and you forgive him. Third time he commits the mistake. What will you do? No, you'll be out of your nuts. You will go nuts, isn't it? You will go mad. Definitely will punish him. But any number of times, the soul's doing mistakes. Any number of times, the God forgives. Mother forgives. That is the nature of God. Suppose if he is not having that nature, means no soul can come out of this misery. So again and again, he forgives. That is why the first state God assumes as mother. Pandrai. Then comes the second stage. The second stage is Verai. Verai. Verai means he assumes the state of a teacher. So the God can be compared, can be thought of a mother. Now the God can be thought of a teacher. He always tries to purify the wisdom. What is the duty of a teacher? What does a teacher do? Please understand, teacher is not guru. Guru is different, teacher is different. For your wisdom clearance, for your wisdom purification, the teacher gives you a lot of kalaignanam. So, teacher concerns about the kalaignanam, whereas Guru concerns about the paranyanam, anubhavagnanam. Those who give anubhavagnanam are called Guru, mentor, saints, you may call. But whereas kalaignanam, this kalaignanam means pasanyanam. That is the worldly experience and worldly wisdom. Wisdom you cultivate out of your books, out of your worldly experiences, worldly experiences, out of the things you see, that is, you are using your five senses and you are getting some wisdom. Or I can be more accurate. Instead of saying that we are getting wisdom, we always say that we don't get wisdom. We get our wisdom purified. We get our wisdom clarified. That's how we must say. Wisdom never comes to us, because once it comes, means it will leave one day. Whatever comes to us will leave one day. So never say that wisdom has come to us. Already we are possessing the wisdom, but it is with the impurity. What we are trying to do is to remove the impurities, to make it pure. Our whole exercises, we are doing the whole exercise to purify our wisdom. So the teachers are doing the purification of the wisdom. The Guru makes it to experience the Lordship. Anubhava Jnanam. He is an Anubhava Jnanam. That is, we experience the grace, we experience the bliss of Lord Shiva. That is made possible only by the Guru, not by a teacher. You understand? So, in Saiva Siddhantam, in Saivam, you must be able to differentiate. There will be lot of teachers, but there should be only one Guru. Only one Guru. He will be with you. He will travel with you. He will always think about you. He will always think good about you. He will always concern your welfare always. So that is the Guru. You understand? Time framed friend is teacher. Without time frame, Guru is available. There is no time frame. Guru is always a Guru. Okay, we will go in detail about Guru in some future sessions. So now we are saying that God has assumed a state of teacher. So in the state of teacher is called Verai. We discussed Vondrai, inseparable state. Now a state that is a different state from the soul's wisdom. A different state. If I cite an example, I think you will be able to appreciate this relationship. Suppose you are seeing something, means you are seeing it with your eye. Your eyesight is very nice because the eye light is also very nice. It glitters, it is able to see. But of course, there should be a light away from your eye should help you to see the thing. Is it not? There should be a light to lighten the situation, to make possible to the thing to be seen. So there should be three things. One, the eye. The second one is the article. The third one is the light. You understand? So likewise, you are witnessing something, you are seeing something, gaining knowledge, the knowledge purifies your wisdom. That side of your wisdom is exposed. You can call that. For those things, the light is helpful. That is, the teacher is helping you how to see, how to perceive, how to analyze, how to get the details to purify your wisdom. You understand? So we are discussing the states the Lord, the Shiva or the Pati assumes to help a soul. There are three basic states. One is Ondrai, other one is Verai, the third one is Udanai. You can just think of the inseparable state Ondrai. You can, we have discussed that God assumes the state of a mother taking care of the infant. Now we are discussing the second state, Verai, that is separate, in a separable mode, in a separable state. God is separated from you because to lighten your wisdom, to lighten the worldly things, you must be able to get the experience out of them. Then he has to light it. How can we compare that state? That state can be compared. The Lord assumes the state of a teacher. So the state of a mother, the state of a teacher, he is our mother, he is our teacher. That is why in Tamil a proverb says, Ezhutharivittavan Iraivan Agum. You understand? Even Pasanyanam, Ezhuthu Arivittavan, what does it mean? Ezhuthu Arivittavan means is a Pasanyanam, bookish knowledge, of course. Those things are necessary at the early stage. To know about Lord, we have to go through a lot of books. We have to analyze a lot of works done by our saints, our great people. Is it not? But that will not be your experience. With those things helping you, you must get your own experience. You must feel, you must get experienced with those things helping you. Okay. The second state, what is the second state? Second state is the state of a teacher. Then comes the third state. God is with us, Ondrai. God is with us, Verai. God is with us, Udanai. Udanai, along with us. He is along with us. He is along with us. He is not away from us. He is not with us. He is along with us. Along with us means he will be with us, but he is not responsible for our deeds. Udana irupare thavara udandaya irukka maattar. You understand? So how can we compare to the state? How can we compare? We have compared the Ondrai, inseparable state, to a mother. We have compared the Verai state, that is a separate state, separate stage, separable stage, as a teacher. Now, for the state of Udanai, what does he assume? He assumes as a doctor. Only in this state, the purification or the medication or the treatment is going on. உடலாய் இருக்கிற பொழுதுதான் மருத்துவம் நிகழ்கிறது, வினைகள் ஊட்டப்பெறுகின்றன. You understand? He will see to it that we eat what we deserve. He will see to it. We cannot escape. We are being fed with the results of our yields. The third state he assumes as a doctor. Doctor treats, doctor knows the state of the disease. Doctor knows how to change the course of medication. Doctor knows he may even change the medicine. So he will try some medicine, he will after some time he will change the medicine, he will change the course of treatment, sometimes inpatient, sometimes outpatient. All those things to be decided only by the Almighty. Some patients may be cooperating, some patients may not be cooperating. How to treat the cooperating patients, how to treat the non-cooperative patients, whether to tell the patient the real state or whether to hide some details from the patient. All those details are known only to the doctor. Doctor treats the patient only with the aim that the patient should get cured out of the disease. That is the only aim. So doctor may use the knife, or he may use the syrup, or he may use the tablet, he may use capsule, or he may use therapy. All those things, treatment level or the treatment systems, the type of treatment, all those things will be decided only by the doctor. So the best thing is the patient should believe the doctor. The patient should not say there is no doctor at all. There is a doctor for his treatment. He is in the hospital. How can he say that I don't need a doctor? Doctor only knows the disease. The patient knows the effect of disease. He suffers. So he must believe the doctor. He must subject himself to the treatment in 100% acceptance. So in the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam says, the soul is an infant in the hands of a mother. The soul is a student in the hands of a teacher. The soul is a patient in the hands of a doctor. Mother, teacher, doctor, all are one and same, the Almighty. Almighty assumes lot of roles. For somebody, he may be a doctor. For some souls, he may be teacher. For some souls, he may be mother. Let him be mother. Let him be teacher. Let him be doctor. But he is the Almighty with almost never-ending grace, never-ending bliss, and never-ending mercy. So many things are being told to make the soul to understand the God. These things are narrated, these things are explained, these things are submitted to make you understand the Almighty. Almighty, you see a mother, oh, he is above a mother's state. Palininduttum Tayinum Ummai is above mother, is above a doctor, is above a teacher. Of course, to make the souls understand how the God is associating with these souls, to make them understand. We are citing out these examples. Ondrai, Verai, Udanai. He is inseparable. He is separate from the soul, and at the same time he is along with the soul. Some or other, the souls should understand what is going on. Who is helping the soul? It should understand who is helping us. The souls, and most of the souls, think that they are praying God for future. They don't understand for a time unknown. For a time unknown, they are being helped continuously by the Lordship. Why you are asking now? You have been helped yesterday. You have been helped yester month. You have been helped yester year. You have been helped yester birth. You are being continuously helped. Why you go and say, help me today? Or help me tomorrow. I am going to attend an interview tomorrow. Please help me. I am going to take a treatment tomorrow. I am going to take a test tomorrow. Please help me. Why you ask? Have you ever acknowledged the already helps extended by the Lordship? Have you realized how He has helped you in the past? No. Souls are usually ungrateful. They never thank. They are thankless. That is why they meet the persons who are ungrateful to them. You must be thankful, grateful to the Lordship. Then only you can meet people who are grateful to you. Don't blame your children. Don't blame your son. Don't blame your daughter. Have you been grateful and thankful to the Lord? Have you been grateful? Have you been ever thankful? Have you ever thanked the Lordship for what He has done to you? No, people easily forget. They never care, they never think. They always complain about the people who are ungrateful to them. கொஞ்சம் கூட நன்றி இல்லை சார் என் பையனுக்கு. Used to say. I used to hear the dialogue from each and everybody. I never asked them, but I used to think. Have you ever been grateful to your father? I mean the great father. The great father, the Almighty. Have you ever been grateful to Him? I used to think, but I don't ask because He is in the pains. Why should I also kindle the pain once again? So I didn't ask all those things. I used to pacify them. Okay. Never complain. When you believe that there is always a Lordship, there is always the Almighty to take care of you, why should you be dependent on anybody else? You are not believing Him, you are ungrateful to Him. Then how can you expect the whole world to be grateful to you? He is your mother. He has discharged a lot of duties as your mother. Have you ever recognized? Have you ever acknowledged? He had been your teacher. He had been your doctor. Have you ever acknowledged? No, not at all. Not at all. I am just telling about, I don't pinpoint any particular person in these examples. I am just mentioning in general the nature of the souls. Nature of the souls. But you must also understand one thing, that God never expects any reciprocation also. He never expects any gratitude from the souls also. He is going on helping. So, He is your mother. He is above your mother. He is your teacher. He is above your teacher. He is a doctor. He is above your doctor. The philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam says God assumes a lot of states to help you out of the misery. You are always prone to be attacked by the class, by the honorable, by the ignorance. It is ready to be there. It is ready to encompass you. It is ready to dominate you. It is already there. It need not come from anywhere else. It is with you. Its action is being suppressed artificially by the Lordship, by giving you the tattvas and the body. Once the body becomes inactive, the moment it becomes inactive, immediately the darkness comes. Okay, you are my property. It comes and claims and takes you away. It swallows you. You don't understand where you are. You don't understand where you belong. Is it not happening every night? Okay. So the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam says God assumes a lot of states, but the three states, important states, they are Vandrai, Irandai, Undrai, Verai, Udanai. Ondrai, Irandai, Mundrai. Mundra state is Udanai. ஏழிசையாய் இசைப்பயனாய் இன்னமுதாய் என்னுடைய தோழருமாய் நான் செய்த துருசுகளுக்கு உடனாகி. Our Saint Sundarar says, உடனாகி. So, like a doctor, he makes us to get the experiences. He tries to purify the wisdom, the whole process from the infant stage to the grown-up stage. From the infant stage to the grown-up stage, we have been brought up. Now tell me, in what state you actually assume now? Are you in an infant state, or are you in a treatment stage, or are you in a student state? What stage you assume? God assumes as a mother, okay? God assumes as a teacher, okay? God assumes as a doctor, okay? But in what state you are there? Are you an infant, or are you a student, or are you a patient? If you understand your state, then you will understand how the God is helping you in what state. Ondrai, Verai, Udanai. God is with us. God is for us. See the enormous amount of help being rendered tirelessly, without break. There is no break at all. The help, there is no, in extending the help by the Lordship, there is no break at all. No breaks. It is a continuous process. It is a continuous process. Okay, now we think that we are discussing the details about the Almighty Pati. Out of the three basic entities, Pati, Pasu, Pasam. Pati, the Lordship. Pasu, the soul. Pasam, the blockage, the bondage, the impurity, the ignorance, whatever you call. Out of the three basic entities, the Almighty sees to it that the soul should enjoy without any suffering, it's bliss. It's ready to give its bliss, but the soul should be capable of receiving it and enjoying it. He has not priced it. He is not selling it. See, if I am having some article, suppose if I am having some things, I may try to sell at a cost. Is God trying to sell something? You think of the universe. The universe comes out of water. You think of the land, you think of the water, you think of the fire, you think of the air, you think of the sky, space. Are you paying for them? No. As a matter of fact, we are purchasing a piece of land and paying it to somebody else. But the real owner is only the Lord. He owns the entire land. The entire land he owns. He knows very well where will this boy will go. After getting this land, he is going to be here only. Is he going to take the land and go fly to Mars? No, he is going to be here only. Let it be on his name or let it be on somebody's name. He doesn't care about it. He knows very well the capacity of the soul, the capability of the soul. So kindly understand the mercy of the Lordship. Never claim anything that is yours. Don't claim anything as yours. எல்லாம் சிவன் தர வந்தது என்று நினை. Anything comes to you, think that God has given you for a limited period. Understand? He has given you a shirt. Okay, for a limited period it has come to me by the Lordship. You get a pen. Okay, the pen is given to me for a limited period by the Lordship. You get a scooter. Okay, the conveyance has been given to me by the Lordship for a limited period. It has been given, but you may just think that I have purchased it, I have paid it. Don't think like that. Don't think that you have paid, you have purchased, you have remitted. Don't think all those things. Convince yourself that it has been given by the Lordship. He has given you. So you got it from Him. Understand. A suffix is very, very, very important. Understand that it has been given to you for certain period. Anything, everything is time limited. Likewise, the body, the physical body, it has been given by Him. Again with the same suffix for a limited period. It will leave away. Whether you are willing it or not willing it. Suppose nobody will be willing to part away with the body, but it is the fact. It is the fact that God has given you, and He will take it away from you from one day or other. So if you have your determination, if you have made up your mind like that, then you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. People who say that it has been given to me this by the God, it has been given to me, it has been given to me by Lordship, it has been given to me by Lord Shiva, means they will never say I have lost this, I have lost that. He has taken it away from me. That's all he can say. He had given to me, He had taken it away from me. That's all. How long it's going to be with you, it is decided by Him only, isn't it? Nothing can be claimed as ours. So this mentality, this type of thinking will make the soul without suffering. They make the soul without suffering. It will never mind in losing anything. It will never go into joy if it gains anything. Nothing to be gained and nothing to be lost, isn't it? So the Almighty owns everything. Almighty owns everything. He is the owner of everything. Every single piece, every bit, every point. He is the owner. We must make up our mind to, and we must be what we can call is bent upon. We must, our bent upon determined idea should be like this. I will never claim anything in this world as mine. I will never say it's not mine. It is His. That should be the attitude of the soul, to show the gratitude to the Almighty. God will laugh at us, isn't it? If you say something that it is mine, I will not part away with this, I will not give it to you. See the quarrel between the brothers for the properties. The kith and kin doing harms because of the properties. Why? The attachment towards the property. Thinking everything is ours. So, the Almighty owns everything. That is the real fact. Something comes to you, okay, be happy that God has given to you. Something is taken away from you, be happy, more happy that God has decided to take it away from you. Responsibility ceases. See, if you have a scooter, you have a lot of commitments. Where to park it, how to shelter it, how to fuel it, how to service it. You don't have a scooter. What will happen? All these worries are removed at a stretch. With a single stretch, all pages are cleaned because you don't have any responsibility at all. You don't have a vehicle. You have a wife. Think of the responsibilities. I think everybody is laughing. Let's see the responsibilities. Suppose, think of a man without a wife. He will be looking like a god for you. Isn't it? Without worries, without responsibilities, without commitments. Is it not? Just for joke, I am just telling you. See, anything, not only article, even the relationship is given by God. Suppose some new friend comes, be careful. It has been given to you by God. For what? You don't understand. Okay, this friend has been given to me. Some foe has come to you, that is enemy. Again think that it has been given to you by God. Some enemy, some neighbor may envy upon you, may be doing some harms. Don't worry about that. God has given that for certain reason. You entrust everything with Him. Okay, God, the Almighty. Okay, you have given me this neighbor. Sometime back you gave me one friend. Sometimes back. Now you are giving some enemy. Okay, it's all up to you. I am submitting everything to you. He will sort it out if you say. But if you start sorting it out by yourself, then you will end up with a lot of problems. Lot of confusions you will end up. Entrust every problem, everything, every relationship, everything with Him. That is, the Almighty is Ondrai, Verai, Udanai. He is with you. That is why everything is for Him, everything is by Him, everything is of Him. You don't own anything, you don't get anything without His knowledge. So how to look at the relationship with the Almighty? Ondrai, Verai, Udanai. This is how you must look at the relationship with the Almighty. So to bring up the soul, from the downtrodden stage. As an infant, he is treating the soul as a mother. He is showing mercy as a mother. He is forgiving the mistakes like a mother. Then comes the second stage. He imparts knowledge. He drives away the ignorance. He is giving you the worldly knowledge to understand the real concept of life, real concept of this world, real concept of God, real concept of soul, everything. As a teacher, he assumes. Then he is the doctor. He assumes the state of doctor, Udanai. He gives a lot of good things. He is giving a lot of bad things. And he is expecting us to get the net result out of these experiences. What is the net result? You understand that everything comes because of him. So I have done something. So the result of the something is being fed to me now. So that attitude, if it comes to you, then the test is over. The treatment is over. So he completes the treatment. Likewise, Undrai, Verai, Udanai. He assumes all these days. And finally, when these three things are becoming successful, one after the other, these processes are going on. Again, every birth is like a mother, like a teacher, like a doctor. The things are going on and going on. And once the process nears the stage of completion, then he comes as the Guru. That is the last state he assumes. Above the three states, the mother, the teacher and the doctor, about these states, he assumes as a Guru. That is the final state. He comes as Guru. He nullifies your past deeds. And he gives you the taste of Lord Shiva's bliss. And he is preparing you to get out of these sufferings forever. Not temporarily, forever. And at the same time, he is also using you to help others. Now, so many souls are being helped by you. So he makes the soul to help others to go as Guru. So he comes as a Guru and he prepares so many disciples to be Gurus for a lot of souls. Once upon a time, a soul may be a disciple, and once upon a time, the disciple will become, when he matures, when he tastes the bliss of the Lord Shiva, he qualifies himself to teach others, to uplift other souls also. So one Guru makes a lot of Gurus. Lot of Gurus helps the souls to get liberated from the sufferings. That is the process the Almighty is taking. That is the process Almighty is taking. In the past 4 sessions, we have been discussing so many details about the Almighty. Out of the 3 entities, we discussed about the soul in 4 sessions. We discussed about the Almighty also, nearly 4 sessions. So many things have been discussed. So many points have been discussed. So many details have been discussed about the 3, out of the 3 basic entities. We discussed about the 2 basic entities, Pati and Pasu. Of course, the relationship between the Pati and Pasu, the God and the soul. The God expects the soul to come without a Pasam. He expects the Pasu to come to it without Pasam. But Pasu is always associated with the Pasam. It never wants to leave away the Pasam. What the mother will expect a child. The child may be playing with a lot of kids outside, but once it comes home, what she will expect? Leaving alone all the kid should come alone. Likewise, God expects Pati expects the soul to come, leaving away all the impurities at the street level when it comes home. He is ready to give the bliss once it withers out all the impurities. The process is going on. Padiyinai chendru anuga pasu pasam. Pasu with pasam cannot reach the Padi. Padi anugil, the God will come and will null away the impurity, pasam, the bondage, null away the impurity, and take the soul as its own. That's how Tirumular narrates. Padi pasu pasam என பகர் மூன்றி பதியினை போல் பசு பாசம் அனாதி. Anadi means no beginning stage and no ending stage. No beginning, no ending. Things without beginning, without ending are called anadi. Padi anadi, pasu anadi, pasam anadi. Okay, Padi is ready to take pasu along with it, but only thing is Pasu should be ready to wither out the impurity, to remove the impurity. That is why the treatment is going on. Once the Pasu is ready without Pasam, Padi is ready to take it inside. The process is going on, and the Almighty is so merciful, so kind, so kind. It expects all the souls to reach. He never segregates any. He never. He is not having any bias. He is not biased. He expects every soul. He treats all souls at par, like a mother. Okay. So this is the thing we have discussed in this session. We have discussed the states of Almighty and the final state of the Almighty. And with this session, we are concluding the chapter on the Almighty. We concluded the chapter on soul. We concluded the chapter on Almighty. Next session will be the chapter 3, the bondage. We are going to discuss about those things. I think that will be very easy for us because Ariyami namakku eppum pazhakamanadu. Is it not? Padi நமக்கு பழக்கம் இல்லாது. So it may be very difficult. But bondage, okay. We know the intricacies of all intricacies of bondage. We will try to discuss. We will try to discuss in the future sessions. And once again, I have to thank the Qatar couple. They believe in God and they believe in me also. That is why I have to thank them. I have to bless them. Their children, their two sons, they are also very keen in learning Saiva Siddhantam. They have been drawing a lot of charts. My cell phone is flooded with so many charts sent by them. The only thing is I don't have time to go through all those things, but definitely in one session we are going to display all the charts prepared by our Qatar people. Very nice charts, very, very nice output that we are going to see. All the charts we are going to out of the philosophy of Saiva Siddhantam by chart wise. Likewise, we are going to display so many charts, and I am going to correct them first. I will go through them. If corrections are needed, we will correct them and we will display them, and it will be a feast for our eyes. Not only for our eyes, it will be feast for our knowledge also, our wisdom also. Okay, now let us conclude with the 5-letter mantra this session. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Tiruchittambalam. Never forget this mantra, Namah Shivaya. Whenever you start something, chant Namah Shivaya. Whenever you do something, chant Namah Shivaya. Whenever you finish something, chant Namah Shivaya. Whenever you see somebody, chant Namah Shivaya and start conversing. Okay, never forget. மற்ற பற்றி நின் திரு பாதமே மனம் பாவித்தேன், பெற்றலும் பிறந்தேன், இனி பிறவாத தன்மை வந்த எய்தினேன், கற்றவர் தொழிலெத்தும் சீர் கரையூரில் பாண்டி கொடுமுடி மற்றவா, உன்னை நான் மறக்கினும் சொல்லு நான் நம சிவாய. டோன்ட் ஃபர்கெட். ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ எவரிபடி. நம சிவாய. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.